thank you for being here and for taking the time to come. Like, I hope you guys enjoy today's talk. So, as Ilya said, I'm Cecilia. I'm here to tell you a little bit more about what I know from my 13 plus years of experience in HR, especially in recruitment. So nowadays, I'm working much more as a kind of like a career strategist, as Ilya said, and I am also a career advisor. I am currently doing some tech talent scouts, so you're here, so it's nice to see you all here taking time to do this, because this helps us, like as recruiters, as sourcers, to um, get profiles that are easy, good, compelling, and skimmable to read. So as much information as you can take from panels and webinars like this, the better, because then you're better prepared and you make our job easier to actually see your profile and want to talk to you. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about job search. So we're not going to be talking about like all the steps into your interviews, like when you actually are in the process, but we're going to take a step back and start looking at your profile, looking at what you are doing right now, if you are in the beginning of the job search. So everyone here looking for a job, how are you like doing today? I wanted to do a poll, but I am a little bit bad with this. I wanted to try to make a poll, but can you like here on the chat, like let me know if you are actively looking, if you are just like, like passively looking. I just wanted to know what you're doing right now. Let me see. I can't see anything. Oh, I'm sad with that. Are you guys writing on the chat? Oh, let me see. I'm sorry. I'm having some difficulties. That's okay. So I'm going to go forward. I hope that you are. I hope that you are.
Cecilia, I just made a
Hi.
poll. I just made a poll so people can answer the poll with the
Oh,
three options.
perfect.
And then it appears like people are saying the Q&A, but chat looks like it's disabled. I'll figure out a way to enable chat here.
Oh, good, perfect. Oh, thank you, thank you. But if you made a poll, I would love to be able to see it. I'm not being able to see it. Don't know why.
All right, chat should be enabled for everyone.
Oh, good. Yes, I see it. I see it. Sorry for that. Great,
Yeah.
great. I see the chat. Oh, now.
Sorry, guys. We didn't realize it's like default disabled.
Good. So passively looking, a couple of people. Let me see. So, and anyone else that wanted to say, like, what are you guys doing today? Like, yeah, I see it. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Actively. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, and
Oh,
then I
thank
just
you.
launched the poll. I realized I had to click launch. So it's there
Good.
now.
Perfect. Thank you for bearing with us, especially with me that I am not a very good Zoom user. I use other other technologies. Yeah, so I see here that a lot of you are more actively looking for a job right now. So this is and looking to relocate to Canada. Thank you, Nilesh. That's awesome. Awesome. Great. Perfect. Hi, Fabio, coming here. So what we're going to do today is like help you with that, kind of like the start. I don't know where exactly you are in the job search, if you are now like really upset because you're not getting any responses, frustrated that you're not being able to really get into the job market right now. Here I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about how to give the first jump start to your job search. So first, we're going to talk about navigating the job market, how to craft a very good standout profile, and some effective networking strategies. I know everyone hates networking. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard to do, especially if you're not someone that likes, like talking, but you're gonna see that there are other ways that you can do it without being too much out there, more than you're comfortable with. So going to our next slide, here, I wanted to give you a little bit of what's the Canadian job market overview. So one of the things that I wanted to say is that we've come from a situation right now in the market that we had almost 2 years of layoffs. Like this was something like 2021, 2022 were not, 2022 was not a very good year, 2023 as well, not very good, but companies are seeking to hire again. So we are seeing, especially in the Canadian market, and here I'm giving you an overview from the Canadian market, that hiring is resuming in companies here in Canada. So it is projected to grow again, tech employment. And if you think about the provinces that you want to move to and you want to focus on, Ontario and Quebec are the top provinces right now that are hiring, followed by British Columbia. So those are kind of like the top, but I'm not saying that the others are not. And one thing that I'd like to tell you before starting your job search, and that's very important, is to keep looking at the news, like keep understanding what are the main areas right now, what's like on who's the talk of the town, what are the main technologies that are being used, and for that I would like to tell you to go on different kinds of websites such as TechCrunch and BetaKit. Those are two very good sites. If I'm not mistaken, BetaKit it is Canadian, and they tell you a little bit more about what's happening here right now. So instead of just like jumping into any opportunity that you have, the good thing is to search and understand. As you search for companies and to know if they're good companies, you go on Glassdoor and understand if they're good companies to work for. You should do the same with the industry. You should do the same with the trends, especially the tech trends. So going on websites such as TechCrunch and BetaKit is it's very, very important on your job search. So don't forget to start searching on the right place. So going on news sites like this can give you an overview of how the market is. One other thing that I wanted to talk about is like, how do you usually navigate the job market? And I think the first thing that you all do, and that I do as well, is to go through popular job search platforms. So when we're talking about VanHack, for example, it's a great platform for you to go through and search for jobs in Canada, in Europe, in other countries. So if you're looking for global jobs, for international opportunities, that's the place to go. And I feel that it's a place that it helps you go through all the process, not only about searching and having a great job board, but also going through all the steps in the process. When we're talking like more about other places where you can find jobs in your city, in your area as well, if we think about LinkedIn, Indeed, Well Found, Monster, there are tons of other job boards that are there that can help you understand how the market is and how to apply. And then you're going to tell me like, Cecilia, but it's impossible to find jobs through those platforms, because they always ask me if I have a permanent residency, if I am a citizen of that country. But at the same time here, they might be looking for remote workers. And that's what one of the tips that I want to give to all of you is that I know that a lot of people here would like to relocate and would like to, like go directly to Canada as soon as possible. But starting off in a remote environment in an international company is already something that puts you in front of other candidates when you're talking about looking for jobs that offer the visa. So if I have a good advice to give to you, especially if you're just starting to look for a job abroad in an environment where you can talk more English in the workplace, where you can meet with people from different countries, I would definitely tell you to start working remotely for a company that is hiring not locally but globally. So you can use Indeed, Well Found, and Monster to do that. And there are other websites that I don't need to like say here. So you can also search for industry specific international job boards. The names, I like to give you the names because sometimes you don't know what to search exactly on Google. So it's job boards, job aggregator, job search engine, so that you can put on Google and say job aggregators that have remote jobs, job aggregators that accept international talent. So those are the searches that like can help you find those job boards that can help you find a job that's not in your country, that you can earn in Canadian dollars, that you can earn in USD. So I would definitely recommend that. Also, there is something that I wanted to tell you that is something else. I know that you're going to tell me, Cecilia, I'm not getting anything. I'm sending tons of resumes. I'm sending tons of, I'm applying for all the jobs out there. But there is a hidden job market, and I think that you might have heard of that. The hidden job market are positions that are not publicly advertised. Those are positions that are, why are they hidden? For example, maybe it's a position that it's an internal position, so they want to find someone internally first and then go to the market. There are positions that are not publicly advertised because they are searching for someone to hire in replacement of someone that's still working for the company, or because they just have so many referrals from internal referrals from people that are employed elsewhere, like that they don't need to actually open the position. And then you're going to say, how do I like put my finger, how do I like get into those positions? So there are many things that you can do and that you can try to do. And here's how I'm going to tell you a little bit during this presentation as well. But referrals, networking, direct contact, this all are ways of you to actually get into that pool of hidden jobs in this hidden job market. At VanHack, we do have a referral program. So that's important for you to get in there and start referring your friends. The more you refer people to work and you tell them like, okay, this is a great opportunity for you, the more these people are going to think of you as well, like your friends, colleagues, like people that have been laid off during the time that everyone is being laid off, the more you're going to get these people to be allies with you during your job search. So that's why I always say, like, reach out to fellow colleagues, talk to VanHackers, for example. We do have a Slack, which is VanHackathon. It's a Slack community where you can actually get to talk to a lot of people. So you get to talk to people that had success stories through VanHack, and then you can ask them like, can we have like a chat? Can we have a little like, you know, like a random coffee where we can talk and I can know a little bit of what you've been through? So even talking to me like that, I have been through that with my husband, as they said, as Ilya said, he's gone through that. He's gone through this exactly the same thing you're going through. So it's very unlikely that these people are going to say, nah, thank you. Or you can just have a chat, a quick message there, to, like message on Slack, to get to know what these people are doing and how did they get to be where they are right now. Even they can have some opportunities for you if you do that. So I think that this is one of the best ways to start understanding where are these positions. So what I want to talk about next is regarding how to actually start. So you cannot get to the networking if you don't do these steps first, because you have to understand yourself first. If you don't understand yourself first, you're not going to be able to sell yourself and to do like a strategic networking. So let's start with the standout profile. So when I say build a compelling brand, is to go and review your online presence. All those professional online presence that you have to review it and see, how am I looking out there in the market if someone goes and just like, you know, like stalk me for a position. So when I go through a profile of someone that I want to talk to, someone that I want to scout, that I want to have in my as a candidate for me, I am going to go beyond LinkedIn. So go beyond LinkedIn. So think about your GitHub, think about your Bitbucket, think about Stack Overflow, Dribble, having a portfolio online. For those who are in UI UX, for those who are designers, have a Behance. I want to say Beyonce, a Behance website. Like, you have a good portfolio there. I don't know. Like, if you don't have any of that, why not have a Medium? Like these days, I talked to a candidate that was very active on Medium, having amazing, having amazing articles talking about news about React, and he was a React developer, a JavaScript developer. How cool is that? If you don't have that, what about doing some demos on YouTube? I don't know, like talking about what you do, some tutorials. Twitter, everything that's about your professional online presence, you should review and see what are you throwing out there. because I am a stalker. I'm going to check, I'm going to see what you're doing in all those things. So why not on GitHub, instead of having a cool anime as your profile picture? Why don't you have your own profile picture? Why don't you have the same profile picture in all of your different platforms that you show your work? Okay. And then I want to talk a little bit also about resume essentials. So some key components that some of you always forget, which is like the basic formatting. So just the basic formatting of your resume is important. The size of the resume, no more than 2 pages, please. Being ATS friendly, I'm going to tell what is being ATS friendly. Optimize your ATS for your resume for the ATS, the applicant tracking system, which is where all like pretty much, if I read that, I think more than 90% of companies work with an ATS, applicant tracking system. And of course, and this is the most important thing, and that everyone hates me for that, I know, because my husband hated me for that, is tailor your resume for specific roles. You're gonna say, this sucks, this takes time. Yes, searching for a job is a job. It's the worst job, actually, but it is a job and you have to put effort. So I want to talk about how to beat the bot. So everyone here knows that every single company is using, as I said, applicant tracking systems. These applicant tracking systems are going to match the job description with your profile, so with whatever resume you add in there. And so you need to power your resume. So of course we start with file type. It sounds stupid, but file type is important. Only use documents such as Word doc. You should use PDFs as well, but be careful with PDFs. This is something that sometimes when you save a PDF, you save an image instead of saving a text, saving it in text. So be careful and go through your resume when you print it in PDF and see if you're able to copy and paste things from there. If you don't, that's going to make a little bit more difficult. Actually, in some ATSs, it's not going to read at all. You know that font and font size matters for some ATSs. So check the fonts that are friendly. And here I gave you some examples of the fonts that are friendly to go through an ATS and for it to properly read. Oh, and one of the other things that I wanted to say is your section headings. Do you know when you go there and you put professional summary, you go there and you put professional experience and all those headings, if you go the non-traditional way, for example, my main achievements, so that's not a traditional professional heading. Use the traditional ones. Don't be afraid to go traditional here, because the ATS is a bot. Bots have, like when you give them a prompt, they're going to work on that. So you have to put those. Should the font size be consistent throughout the resume? No, it doesn't, Harris. Like what you can do is, I think, not go under number 10. But it can be different. Don't worry about it. It can be different in the resumes, just for the ATS to read it properly, especially the headings. But it can be smaller and bigger. Don't worry about it. But the date formatting is something else that sometimes the bot gets a little bit, how can I say, like you can trip up them. So be careful with the date formatting, because it will calculate the years of experience. So understand how you do it. And I'm going to give you some tips of resume builders as well that will help you understand where you're doing it wrong and to make it right for your next resumes. Also, don't use header and footers. When you put up you put the header and then you're like, okay, so my resume has more than one page, so I should put my name again on the other page. You don't have to. And I would say don't do it, because it breaks when you go through the ATS. And then you're going to have your name in the middle of your experience, and that makes no sense. So I would recommend do not use it. They can read that part of the document, or you can make it be very, very weird when the ATS is reading it. Tables, special graphics, icons, everything that you want to put, like pictures. Don't put your picture. Please don't put your picture on your resume, because it's going to look, in some countries, it's okay. I know that Germany, because I had a lot of friends working in Germany, they like to have like professional headshots for resumes. Don't do that for Canada. That's not something that that we do. Like, that's not something that we see, and we don't need to see faces. We need to see skills. We need to see qualifications. So don't use them. And of course, if you go through an ATS, it's going to mess it up. All good until here? I know I talked too much, but I want to give you as much information as possible. Oh, LinkedIn auto-generated what the picture, Bruno, just for me to know. And I'll keep going here, but just tell me, Bruno, what do you use with auto-generated LinkedIn? And then we are going to talk about you always could use the LinkedIn auto-gen. Yeah, I think so. And what I want to tell you here is how to beat the bot using AI. Every one of you here is using AI. You're using ChatGPT. I know that. What you have to do, adding a small bio in the beginning, yes, you have to. That's the good. I'm just talking about the formatting, but I can tell you a little bit more on that, Harris. Here, when we're talking about your resume, what you need to do the most is highlight the right skills. So you have to use, you can use AI technology to analyze your resume and compare it to the job listing that you want to apply for. So be careful. Like, for example, let's talk about the small bio, the summary of qualifications, the professional summary. Put your skills there. You have to highlight your skills there. Put your how many years of experience you have there overall. So you have to highlight the skills right at the beginning. Use resume checkers. This is the best. This is the best tip that I always give. There are some resume checkers and scanners. Like, this is the name. So if you want to look for it on Google and look for different ones, you can. These are the ones that I usually work with. So I use Skill Syncer, Resume Worder, JobScan, Teal. These are all good. They pay you have to pay for them, but you can use for free a couple of times, and it can give you already a hint on how to use it. So don't worry about like, okay, Cecilia, I'll have to pay for it. So what I do is I don't pay for them. I use like 5 times Skill Syncer. I use 5 times Resume Worded, JobScan. So I go and do, like free scans in different ones, and I check how my resume is looking. And because I'm not going to use exactly what they're telling me to use, because you have to do it for each position, for each job description. So be careful as well. I always say use it with a pinch of salt, because we want to see you, and we don't want to see what the bot is doing for you. Always review the job descriptions and check for every specific skill that the recruiter and the hiring manager are looking for. Of course, you don't have to be the super ideal candidate, but we do have to see your skills. So in your resume, there has to be the name of the position, the hard skills that they're looking for in the position, soft skills, some recommended skills, the bonus skills, like if you have that, like not the must-haves, but the ones that are like bonus, keywords that you can find that are keywords that you actually have, like things that you actually have. Some buzzwords, not a lot of buzzwords. Let's be careful with that, and some industry lingo as well. Especially if you do have experience, even if it's a little bit non-related to the industry that the company is inserted in. Do it, like put it there, and make sure that this is going to be read by the bot. Other things that I would like to say is you have to apply for the right position. So one of the things that I would like to tell here is like, you really have to be very close to being the ideal candidate for the position that you apply to. What I'm saying here is not that, oh, I don't have 100% of everything that they are asking for in this position. There's no problem. You can apply for it. The one thing that I tell you not to do is to mass apply. And here is where it comes the question from Winnie, don't use the easy apply. The easy apply on LinkedIn is a very, very, how can I say? It's just if you are not too sure about that position. If you're not too sure and you just want to put your resume out there, use the easy apply. But I run away from the easy apply, especially for the positions that I really want to. Like, if I really want that position, if I feel that that's the exact like thing that I want, I'm not going to do the easy apply. I'm going to tailor my resume first. I'm going to tailor my you cannot tailor your LinkedIn profile, but you can tailor what is the resume that you sent. So that's what I would say about it. The thing is, I'm gonna answer Stefania and Harris. Let me just I'll finish this and then I'll answer you guys. Okay. One other thing is get to know yourself better. So the skills, the jobs that you value, the things that you want, all the job descriptions that you've seen that you really, really enjoyed, that's the things that you have to search more for. Because if you mass apply, you're getting anything. So please, every time that one of the people that I am consulting with regarding like career advice, every time that they send me a job description for me to review, and I go on Glassdoor and their rating is like around 3.2, I go back to them and I'm like, why did you send me this? It's a 3.2 place to work. You have to review, like, are you going to, if you're already in a job and you're looking for something else, are you sure you want to trade in like for the same thing that you're going through? So read through the reviews and see if the problems that people that are there are seeing and are living are the ones that you are already living, and that's why you want to leave your job. So why change for the same? I always ask for, like, check the job descriptions to see if you really like them and if you are a match with them. And here are some very, very good that I have used already. Also, tools that can help you find this words. Glossary tag is very good to check all the words in a job description, so you can use it. Skill Syncer, again, it shows you all the hard skills, the soft skills, resume worded, and Chat GPT. So those are the places that you can go and understand exactly what are the main things that these positions are showing you, and are what these people, like the hiring managers and the recruiters, are searching for. So Stefania asked, what do you think about omitting the dates of your education? I heard it's better this way so they don't turn you down because of this, especially if you are a senior. So the thing is, don't hide it. I don't think it's good for you to, if you're a junior, don't hide it. Like, don't do it. I would put, the thing is, like, are you really applying for the right positions? Because you cannot apply as a junior to a very senior position. So why start applying for senior positions? So apply to, as I said, to what you are the ideal candidate. If you omit the information, they're going to ask you anyway. So you might be able to go through the bot. I don't think you might, because the bot's going to ask you for the dates. So that's the hard thing as well. And what if I have IT skills, but I have also worked in the service design? Should I add those skills as well? Yes, if it is relevant to the position. It's always if it's relevant to the position. And okay, so I'm going to talk about what Sadat is saying here. So the thing is, we're going to talk about static professional profiles. And what are those? So for example, when we talk about VanHack, your VanHack profile is going to be static, right? So when you go there, you're going to write, you cannot be tailoring it for every job description. So you do have, as I said, to establish a professional brand through all your social media, through all your professional profiles. So your picture, your headline, your summary, everything has to be in an easy to read format, and it has to be the same across this platform. So what you do here is really talk about yourself and what you would like to be doing and what you have. Because if you put here information that you don't have, or for example, Cecilia, I've been working with TypeScript, but not actually working because I'm just learning it. So I just started to learn. Can I put 1 year of experience TypeScript? No. Do you know JavaScript? How many years of experience you have with JavaScript? You can put that you're learning TypeScript in another part of your profile, but don't put it right there on your highlights, because you don't have a grasp of it yet. You're just learning. So be careful with that. You have to create very skimmable content. It has to be organized. It has to be clean. Use bullet points. Like, you have to link your skills to each experience. So you can't all of a sudden, like, for example, forget to put the skills on LinkedIn. So you know where they ask for you to add your skills to each one of your job experiences? Do that. Highlight your skills, because that's how you help us with LinkedIn Recruiter to search for you. You have to, as I tell this all the time, but do match all the information in every platform. You can build a more static profile, and you have to keep updating it. So don't forget to go back and update it. You have to do this on Indeed, I think, as well. There are many places that you have to keep doing that. And here is what you've asked. I think, Winnie, that's what you asked about the easy apply. Refrain from using the easy apply button on LinkedIn. Don't use the easy apply. I know that it's very taunting, but be careful with that. And let's talk about one thing that everyone hates. Yay, effective networking strategy. So how to be successful in this? It's hard, not easy, but we need to build and maintain a very good professional network. And how do you do that? Let's think outside of the box, because we always think about, oh, LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn's amazing. No, you're from tech. You have other things that other people don't know how to use. So why not join communities like such as Slack, Discord, that are communities in these tools that can help you, I don't know, like at least talk more about what you're doing, about what you have done in the past, so you can create a little bit more of a presence over there. You can create presence in different places such as like Medium, as I said. You can start doing more freelance work, for example. So there are places such as Upwork, Fiverr, People Per Hour, different places where you can start pet projects for yourself, or you can start no, sorry, you can start projects with people that actually need those things and can pay you for that, and that can come to your resume, and that's perfect because you can put it as some of your experience and some extracurricular work, and that's really good to show that you're always learning and you're always searching for new jobs and new things and doing new stuff. And this will help you with your learning experience, with your learning curve, with a specific technologies that are being used that you don't use in your actual job right now. I always say try to take on a pet project with a friend or a colleague, and then be able to share, like to use some repositories, because we do look on Git. I like looking at GitHub to see the amount of commits, like how green is it? How green is your GitHub right now? And also give back to the tech community. Go on Stack Overflow and help, like help other people. Go on different places and there's different communities that you have access to, and give a little back. On one thing that I want to say on GitHub, try to keep get away from tutorials. Like usually the hiring managers, like they don't like to see tutorials. They're going to see that so many times the same thing. So keep away from that. Use more demos, like do some demos of parts of your work that you can share, different ways that you attacked a problem. So that's the best thing. And of course, let's use online and offline networking opportunities. So you can leverage your LinkedIn and your Twitter. You can share articles that you have been reading. So post on LinkedIn, like, okay, you can post on LinkedIn. You can post on Twitter if you prefer Twitter. If you want to create like your Twitter more to more of a professional side. So that's the best way of doing it. And build an online presence that attracts opportunities. So yes, you can talk to people, like you can comment on people. What I want you to run away from, like on on LinkedIn, is just those like, oh, congratulations, yay, that's good, that's awesome. And if those are your only posts and your only comments for people that you have worked with and congratulating them from a new job, that's too little. You should put more. You should put more effort into it. You should follow more people, follow the trends, follow the companies that you want to work for. If you're not following the companies you want to work for, why are you applying for their positions? So that's the important thing. And here I have some don'ts. Look at how fun this is. You can see what I get in my LinkedIn inbox, and what not to do if you want to reach out directly to a recruiter. So first and foremost, you can see here, like, don't be too brief and don't be too long. You can see here like, hi, I have experience in PHP Angular. Okay, why? Why are you sending me that? I might be working with, I don't know, 30 positions right now. And I'm like, okay, why are you sending me about PHP and Angular? So you don't have an objective here. So why saying that? Or just using it as an instant messenger. Like, hi, Cecilia. So, okay, what am I supposed to answer here? I can answer like, hi back, how are you? But this is not an instant messenger. So it's important to have an objective. And one of the things that I like to say is like, you cannot call to action by asking for a call, a quick chat, a quick coffee, sharing your Calendly link. Wait a little bit for the conversation to start because you're going to just scare the recruiter or scare the headhunter if you go already with like, here is my LinkedIn, here is my Calendly link, book a call at your convenience. I have so many calls booked. It's very, very difficult for us to, like, to get into LinkedIn and see all the messages. So I'm gonna tell how you should do it, but here just for you to have to see. And don't overuse ChatGPT. I'm gonna show you what happens when you overuse ChatGPT. I did a prompt for ChatGPT. Please write a quick introduction for a LinkedIn connection invite, a note, no longer than 300 characters. So Harris, don't do this. This is the same thing I have been receiving over and over and over and over again for the past couple of months. People are overusing ChatGPT. So this is not nice. Yes, please explain how to reach out to a recruiter. Yeah, I will. And here is like you see that they use the same language. ChatGPT uses a specific language. They use specific words that I, as a recruiter, I already know when a person is using ChatGPT. So what you should do, and here are the do's, adapt your approach. You should, as you tailor your resume for positions, you should tailor it for the recruiters if you wanna. Is this recruiter with a position? If they don't have a position, why are you reaching out? If they don't have a position, but they are a recruiter that you know that works with great companies that you want to work for, or companies that are similar that you work for, you can approach them and say, I have worked with exactly the positions that you work with usually. Emphasize your skills and qualifications, working with React and Node, working with this and that, and for this many years. This is my latest resume. When you are already, of course, when you have already had the chance to connect, recruiters will usually connect with anyone. We connect with anyone because we do want our talent pool to be big on LinkedIn. So don't forget that this first contact, this first note can be really simple. And then when they accept you, you can make it better. You can do like, for example, as this like the different people did. So for example, here, I love this one, interested in full stack Node React engineer. Okay, they're telling me what is, because I have this position. So they're telling me exactly about the position. He has experience with React, JavaScript, Node. He think it fits with his experience. Attach his resume, looking forward to chatting with you. Calling to action, sending me information that's good information. I know it's scary. I follow the same approach you're just talking, but 90, they don't reply. It's very hard to see. So that's the thing. I'm going to tell you more about like, this is what to do and what not to do, but don't do it with a lot, like with tons. Do it with an objective. Gargi, if they had a position and you have sent to them your resume, or have sent to them like exactly about that position, you cannot say just like, I'm interested in this position, but you can say, and please read the job description. Sometimes you think that you're sending it to the right job description, and sometimes it is like, people are not, they need to have fluent Russian, they need to have someone that speaks French, they need to have, and then you don't have it, and then you are sending a message to a recruiter that's going to, the only thing that they're going to be able to tell you is like, you don't fit because you don't have this. So don't send out messages if you understand that you don't have a very big must have. So if you do have all the must haves, that's good, send a message. If you don't, then it's harder for the recruiter to reply to you. And always attach your latest resume. That's always very good. Okay. Let me see. Recruiters looking for developers that have 1 or 2 years of experience in the tech industry. They might. It depends on their what they're looking for. Like, it depends on what the position is looking for, or what the hiring manager is looking for. Here, what I want to give you is some online events that you should be attending, that you should be going after. So after talking about like all of this, like on how to reach out to, let me go back just for me to finish one thing here, um, about like how to effectively network. I want to tell you that there's other ways of networking that might sound scary as well, but it's important to do. One other one that I wanted to talk here before we go to the events is about reaching out to your community. I told you about the hidden job market. So positions might not be out there. Positions might not be on your face on any job boards, but they do exist. And the one way and the best way, and sometimes the only way to get those positions is knowing people, right? You know that. I think everyone here knows that this is like if you are referred by someone, if you are like if someone vouches for you, this is the simplest way of you to get into that process, not to get the position, but to get into the process. So that's why it's so important for you to reveal like with your like within your network who might be connected to that company, who might be a good connection for you to talk to. And not only that, like for example, if there is no position out there, it's not there's not a position, but you do have friends from college. I'm pretty sure you have friends from college. I'm pretty sure you have colleagues from your previous work. And if you have left a good impression on them while you were working with them, you have people to vouch for you. So what I usually do, and how do I, Cecilia, find good opportunities? What I do is I keep having some coffee with like random coffee with people around, like from my how can I say, like from my network, from my close network. And that's how I get to know like, oh, there's gonna be this event next month, are you free to do to to make a presentation as you usually do? Are you interested in it? Yes. So I'm going to connect with this person. So if you are talking to someone and you're saying like, well, I'm really looking for something else. I really like my job. I like what I'm doing, but I would like to have more opportunities. I think this very more informal chats, more informal talks with people that you know, especially your friends that are in companies that you enjoy and that you like, this is going to be the easiest way for you to be recommended. So I usually what I do, and it has worked, it has not worked, is reach out to people that I know from companies that are like connected to someone that that is in a company that I want to work for, and talk to these people and say, oh, I know that you have a connection with this person. Can you introduce me? I would really like to understand what are the opportunities that they have there. I see that they have this opportunity. The more objective you are, if there is already the opportunity, the better. But if there isn't, the only way of understanding is moving, is getting on the move. It's not just like, like sitting down and applying for jobs, applying for jobs, applying for jobs. You have to get moving, get out there. And I'm going to go through to a lot of online events this week, and I actually found an event that's really cool that I'm going to go next week. So this week I was looking for different events to attend and to share with you, and this is a really good one. So you have to keep yourself updated. You have to be present in the tech community. This is the way of you to create meaningful relationships with other people, and you're not going to do that if you don't, like, I'm not going to say stand up and get out of your chair, because these are online events, most of them, but to get out of the comfort zone of your already, like, the network that you already have. So VanHack hiring events, we always like at VanHack, they always have online events. The next one is in March, and it's like for hiring women in the tech industry. So you should definitely be applying for those and trying to get into those. Like the ones from VanHack that are hiring events, of course you're going to go through interviews, you're going to go through the whole process before, but there are other events that you don't need to. This one, you don't need to, it's free, and you're getting to know me, and you're going to be able to like go into my LinkedIn after here, and I'm going to give you all my LinkedIn after, and for you to share with me who you are. And what best for a recruiter than to have your your connection here, knowing that you've been through my talk. I love that. I love when people come to me and say like, so I accept everyone, I thank everyone, and you get to be part of my network. And then every time you see something that you like that I'm posting, you say, Cecilia, this is a position that I really like. Remember, I was part of your talk in February with VanHack. I really liked it. Let's talk about this position. Or do you have other positions? And I'll tell you, I have positions available. I don't have positions available. So this is why it's important. You get why, like, why are you connecting with this person? We're gonna have another event. I can we can send you after the call here just to tell you what are. But always go to the VanHack hiring events page. That's the important thing. Go to job fairs, like get to Google and check job fairs for international talent in Canada online. Like that's what you should be doing. There is another one from Brain Station that I really like. This is a company, like a learning company that they help with like boot camps and things like that. But they also have amazing events and they're for free. And this is one that you should all be doing. Like you should all be going, like starting and building a career in software engineering, for example. There is another one that they're going to have here in Vancouver that I'm going to attend, like present, like, and I just got to know it because I was searching for things for you guys. So can you, like, you have to go into this and you have to go to Eventbrite. I think everyone here has go to Eventbrite for other kinds of events. Like they have every kind of event, but they have, for example, a virtual career fair. Like they have a software engineering virtual career fair for free. Why are you not going there? JobScan, there is a standout summit that's going to be held next week. It's a whole day, and it's all about how to perfect your resume, for example, how to perfect your a lot of things that I'm talking here, they're probably going to be talking there. Why don't you go there if you're having problems in reaching out? For example, Stefania, my problem is I reach out and have been able to get conversation, but then I don't know what to ask, how to approach call. Oh, okay, so this is more on the next step, right? So this is the next step, like how do you get the calls? As I told you, you have to have the objective. If there is no objective to the call, why are you going to be talking to them? Because then it will be kind of like you're asking for my services, like the career advice, and it's not what you want. You have to have, like, is there a position that this person has that you want to talk about, that you want to present yourself to? Does the company usually have those kinds of positions? Like, have you researched on their website and seeing if they have those kinds of positions? Because then there are no objectives to the call. You have to come with an objective. All at these online events, how can we connect with people if all we do is listen? You can connect with the how do you say, like, with the person that's doing the webinar, for example. And if you can connect with the others, like now here you're listening but you have access to the chat, why doesn't everyone share their LinkedIn profile here? I don't understand. Like for us, we're not gonna. These are the things that you have to like start doing. I would recommend everyone here to give out your LinkedIn profile if you want. But if you don't want, you are always standing out as not the protagonist of your story. Like you have to share yourself. Going through, yes, thank you, Gargi. Going through this, you have to understand that you're selling yourself. Unfortunately, going through the job search is going through a problem that is, you have to put yourself out there. I'm sorry, the spotlight's going to be on you. You are searching and you have to do that. So thank you everyone for sharing. See, sharing portfolios, this is what you have to do. So what you can do in these kinds of events is just do the following. Hey, I am Gargi talking from this place. This is my, if you want to connect, I would love to connect with everyone here. Here's my LinkedIn. And you will see that people will probably follow your lead and share. And then I recommend everyone here to add everyone else on LinkedIn. Add everyone else on LinkedIn. Take the time to copy and paste the chat and then connect with everyone that was here. This is important. You're creating networks. You're helping each other. Maybe, for example, Prabhu has an opportunity, or is probably, I don't know, I'm leaving my job. I don't like this anymore. I want something else. And then you can recommend someone that was here. So think about those strategies. And the problem is you do have to put yourself out there. You do have to tell what is going to be what you are up to, what you want to do. And I see here, oh, Jessica's here. Hi, Jess. See, I love to see familiar faces, and we only see it when I ask for the LinkedIn profiles. So I myself am already going to copy and paste and check every one of you on LinkedIn, because it really makes me happy to see people coming to these kinds of events. And it doesn't have to be my event, but be an event that is helping you go through the intricacies of the job market and go through job searches. Yes, everyone, when you finish putting it, I'm going to copy every one of you, but do connect with me on LinkedIn as well. That's super important. So I think that now we can have some time to the Q&A. I hope you did enjoy it. Like I know we have like around 7 minutes, so I don't know, Ilya, how can we do this? I don't know if I can only ask for you all to put questions. And if there were questions up there that I didn't read, and I'm sorry, I try to multitask, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult. But if you do have questions, I'm here now to help you answer them, okay? Oh, people are still putting their LinkedIn here. Okay, good, perfect. Let's see, more LinkedIns. I can drop my own. Wait, let me do this for you. As I say to everyone, I am a little bit boomer, although I'm born in the 80s, so I have some difficulties sometimes with technology. And I work with technology. Let me get it here for you, my LinkedIn. Oh, another thing that I want to share with you. Do this. Make your LinkedIn profile link pretty. You know why? Because let me see here what you guys done. Let me check the chat. So the chat here, there is a lot of people with a lot of numbers on their LinkedIn. So let me see. Did everyone get my LinkedIn? Did I do it right? VanHack Academy. Yeah, good. So be careful not to have you can edit your LinkedIn, right? Your LinkedIn link. So do it. Do the go on LinkedIn and edit on your profile, so you can have like a smaller LinkedIn link with your name and your last surname. I think that's probably the best way to do it, because if not, you're gonna have very, very big links to the LinkedIn. And thank you. Let me see. So here, uh, can we get this presentation or recording? I think so. You can ask, I think we can ask Ilya if you can. I love that you like the strategies. What about career pauses? The strategies I can use to manage that on my profile. So I usually, you can put it as, if it's a career change or you're looking for a job, you can add there, what were you doing during this time? So especially if you're learning something, if you got the time to actually go through any kind of attend webinars, attend classes, learn on your own, do a pet project, I would definitely recommend that you put that on your pause. What about a nickname to the LinkedIn link instead of first name, last name format? No, let's keep first name, last name. It's the best way of you to be searchable. Is the layoff situation puts you negative impact on recruiters or hiring managers? No, because everyone was laid off. So we don't see it as, there's nothing you could have done, right? Pretty much everyone got the pink slip last year. So don't worry about it, especially if it was during 2022, 2023, this was really the scenario that we were in. So just explain that this was a cross company. So there's nothing that you could have done. I'm looking for a job offer in Canada, more than 12 years of experience. Oh, congrats, Luciana, and add that to your LinkedIn profile. Check the positions on VanHack. Let me see what else we have here from questions. I did my LinkedIn profile, and then we had a couple of questions up there. No, Gargi, I shared already about the layoffs. If anyone has any other questions, for those professionals that have more than 10 years of experience and many job experiences, keep just the last ones in order to keep it short, or keep all of them, even if it gets bigger. 2 pages, Bruno. Don't go over 2 pages. And what recruiters want to know and what hiring managers want to know is what you have been doing in the past 3 to 5 years. That's the most up to date and most important, like the latest experience is the most important. And then you're going to say, but Cecilia, this company that I'm applying for, the job specifically is in an industry that I worked for like 10 years ago. So that's when you can actually highlight that experience in your on your resume. And that's why it's so important to tailor each one of them. Because then you're going to say, Cecilia, but they're asking for, I don't know, like Angular JS, and I worked with Angular JS like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Okay, then you can highlight that experience for that specific position. So 10 years plus, everything that's more than 10 years, you can add it just like, like as a title and the name of the company that you're working for, or that you work for at the time. So you don't have to go like too deep into detail of what you're doing. And I think for me, this were the, let me see, got it, applies to LinkedIn profile too. LinkedIn profile, you can be more, like you can be, it can be bigger. Don't worry about it. You can put more information there because LinkedIn is going to cover the other information, like from the earliest years of your career. So you can put more in it. Just make sure that it's skimmable, it's readable, it's good. Let me see. Should I, got it, applies to LinkedIn. Should I add French in my resume? Yes, you should add French to your resume if it is important for the position, especially if you're applying for positions in Quebec. That's one thing that it really will stand out from others. And if you can I do the English verification test? Or it's just when you get an interview? Do it right away. When you apply at VanHack, like do your profile at VanHack, you can get the English verification right away. And that's a good way of you to know as well, like how well you're doing in your how are you portraying your English when you are speaking to a camera. And yes, do the code tests. You can do it as well. You can do all the code tests that you want beforehand. Code tests really help recruiters because then they can see how if you have like done it throughout, like you can do it every 3 months. So how are you, like growing? How are you learning more? And I think that's the time that we had. We have 1 minute and let me see. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go further. Sorry for not answering all questions, but thank you all.